So here we are, with Sudan weekend, all out of the centre, and the relief column is trying to lay the tracks to get the train moving across the Sudan toward Khartoum. So you can see Dave's observation balloon, which allows us to spot any potential ambush. So we've been asked a lot about the mats, and these are by a company called Tiny Wargames, and they're very good. I mean, the drift of the sand, as you can see, is very convincing. So these are the Camerons. They've already captured a standard. So their prestige has gone up. There's an ongoing engagement between the Bengal Lancers and Bagara tribesmen. Bagara. And then some Nile Arabs fighting off the Bengals. That's been going on for, this is the second round coming up now. And we've got the guards coming in through the brush. The Naval Brigade bringing up the Maxim. Well, machine gun, I beg your pardon. Whether it's a Maxim or a Nordenfeld or a list. Some Indian troops. A nice Sikh battalion there. We've had a little bit of a dilemma where the bearers have legged it, thinking discretion was the better part of valour and not being wished to be seen with the Europeans. So now we've got British infantry who are actually manning the camels, so that's reduced the head count for dealing with any situations face to face. You can see some of the Hadandar here, bravely rushing on to the deployed Royal Marines. Oh no, they might be Camel. They're the Camel Corps, I beg your pardon, not the Royal Marines. Another Highland battalion. All Dave's work, Mr. Doherty. One man and his brushes. We were talking about this yesterday. All this exercise, the whole thing took Dave 5 years. We had got a year off in between it. So realistically, we're only playing on these three tables here, this one and these two. And this is the Nile. And you can see the relief force on the boats. The steamers heading on up the Nile, and this board will move progressively up the table. Ultimately, it's whatever they've got left that arrive at Khartoum and then look to relieve the city if they can get there in time. So I'll look to run another video later in the day to see how this is all progressing. Here's the 10th Hussars. And this is interesting. Dave's actually put together a squadron of Bengal Lancers mounted on camels. So there's some nifty conversion work down here. And he picked this up from a pencil drawing of the period. So there's a number of plates in his collection. And the subject matter wasn't actually the Bengal Lancer on a camel, it was something else in the foreground. But in the corner of the picture, there's distinctly a Bengal Lancer mounted on a camel. So why not? If there's evidence of somebody looking at one, or riding one, I beg your pardon, we're looking at one. So we've not had an incident where the drums have started yet. If the drums start, it increases the level of hostile troops that arrive on the battlefield, taking the level 2 hostiles. And when we say level 2, what we actually mean is on these cards, if we turn these over at the beginning of each turn, the top line is level 1, that's before the drums roll, and level 2 is obviously the second line. And then you roll to determine the type of troops that are coming on. We have ambush points around the table. So as the drums are beating, there are more troops arriving for the Mahdists. The next card that comes along that's either a drums start or a drums stop triggers an all-out attack, and from wherever everything assaults the Imperial lines. So, great fun. I'll do another video, as I say, later on today, and we'll see how we go.